So then, what is DescolonizARTE?
You can use your art to do so many things. Like you could process using art, and or just put down your feelings if you don't know. Like Dawson said, you don't know how to express them any other way. And I put down my actual feelings because of this program. So I feel like I use that. I do it that now.
Writing down or drawing down, which maybe you can't find the right words to express yourself, and through art is more of a unique way.
We're here to teach you guys about a lot of the stuff that you wouldn't learn about in school, like racism, feminism, a lot of the things that are kind of being talked about right now. This world that we're leaving behind that is on fire, basically. You guys are the ones that are going to kind of inherit this world, this, messy world that they're leaving behind. And so, for those of you that kind of want to get involved and make a difference, it's good to start early. When I was in high school, I had a vague idea of that this is the stuff that I wanted to do, like I wanted to be involved in the world of social justice, but I didn't really have a solid idea of how to start getting into it. So I think having a program like this where I would have been learning not only about the issues themselves, but how to get involved and like what organizations are here for me to get involved with, I would have probably been in a whole different place right now. If I would have gotten started earlier, I might have been like more involved in different projects. I might have even, who knows how my life trajectory would have been. I have a feeling it would have looked pretty awesome though. Yeah. One thing that kind of a lot of people don't think about is the fact that these youth are going to be the ones who inherit this world that we're leaving behind for them. All of these issues that are coming up, all of these protests, all of these movements, they're going to keep on living even after, all the people that are fighting those fights right now are no longer able to. So I think it's important that the youth who are interested in making a change start learning about those things at a young age, to where they can start thinking about what kind of trajectories their lives could lead to that point. It's good to start early and to start learning about these things as early as you can, and just learning about ways in which you can get involved or kind of like insert yourself in these like campaigns. And so then what are the outcomes? What are we trying to get out of this? And then like what are the physical outcomes that are going to happen? We really tried to include them every step of the way, because there was that goal that towards the end I wanted them to kind of leave with a better sense of agency, where they don't really have to be kind of told all these things, but where they would kind of want to go out and learn about them on their own, and maybe start looking up like some campaigns they can be a part of, so overall just building that leadership within them. So then patriarchy in our everyday lives. We pretty much experience patriarchy like in a lot of different ways every day without maybe even not realizing it. We're going to talk about Black Lives Matter and kind of how it started and what led up to it.
Times were a little different. People had different point of views. There was not really, it wasn't really too accepted or too normal, like for anyone to like come across someone who was trans. And now, like things are so different. Like I can actually walk out of my house and not have any problems. I can use the restroom that I need to be using, the women's restroom.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference between sex and gender, and then I'm going to get into why that's kind of relevant to today's conversation. So, contrary to popular belief, gender and sex are two very different things.
Art to me means kind of like making what you say, just like writing down or drawing down. And maybe you can't find the right words to express yourself, and through art is more of a unique way to express what you feel.
For me, recently, I feel like I've been starting to do more art where I put down my actual feelings because of this program. So I feel like I do that now. And I feel like, so yeah, art to me is just like where I am able to put down how I feel. And it's just, I could use it for so many different things.
You can always put it down on a piece of paper, and it's not always has to do with like ink. You can always do it, like you said, like in sculptures, pottery, and like there's always like dance. I consider dance like another way of expressing it's just a way of how you express your feelings and it also like the other person, how that other person interprets it. Like one person can interpret it or it being sad, when someone else can look at it like it being powerful. It just depends on the person. I think art is very beautiful and amazing.
A form of therapy, like for example me, you have those days where you feel sad or things like that, and so when you don't to talk to like tell your feelings to, you can just always draw how you feel, and later when you feel happy you can look back and be like, wow, like I drew that.
I'm very thankful that I've come to the point where it doesn't matter who I'm with or where I'm at, I'm always myself. I would tell my past self that no matter what, always be yourself. And always be kind, because it does get you a lot. Like you may think that right now, being kind to someone that isn't kind to you isn't a big deal or you shouldn't do it, but you should always be kind no matter what.
I feel like they both mean stepping out of your comfort zone, being more than just a stereotype. Is it like Jobson said, like, oh, they expect us to be eating beans and tortillas, and like stuff like that. And the same thing with the program. You guys are like teaching us like it's okay to go outside your comfort zone. Like if you don't like that, that's fine. You don't have to live by the standards that they have for us.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you again all for showing up. And I just wanted to say a few words. I am the director of the Empowerment Congress and have been so for just a little over 3 years. I really believe that young people deserve spaces in our communities, and that especially in our Colonia communities, they have so much to contribute, that Empowerment Congress should do everything in its effort to make sure that this program continues, that any youth that wants to participate and do something good for their home, they're more than welcome to join us.
We wanted to come out here today to show our support, for one, to let you all know that we're here to provide you with the tools. So we were hoping to come to Chaparral to also provide, computers, telephones, to help, because it's kind of hard to navigate the system unless they make it really sneaky to be able to get away with these injustices that affect our communities. So we're hopeful though to finally put a stop to Human 6 that day.
All the youth here, that for all their hard work and dedication to attending the classes and doing the art, thank you.